All right, we're in Palo Pinto now, and behind me is the Palo Pinto Courthouse. It was built in 1940. Good old solid Texas building right there. But there was some good injustices and justices going on up in this thing in the last bunch of years. Anyway, Palo Pinto. When legislation called for organization of Palo Pinto County was passed in 1856, a community was designed to be built within 5 miles of the center of the county to serve as the seat of the government. The county was formally organized in May 1857, and on August 18th of the same year, the first session of the county court was held. When the plans for the new county seat were discussed and enacted, the community, then called Golconda, was laid out soon thereafter and received its post office in March 1858. Around this time, the town, and soon after, post office, were named Palo Pinto. Palo Pinto, for people who are not from Texas. It's a, you'd string it all out. The first Palo Pinto County Courthouse was built in 1857, and the 2-story stone jail was built soon after, which is right over there. I put a photograph of it earlier. In 1860, the Palo Pinto had a hotel, a law firm, several saloons, and its own school. The Civil War, however, had a dire effect on commerce in the community, forcing several businesses to close. Over the next decade or so, it evolved into a shipping point for the local ranching industry. County's first newspaper opened in 1876. I'm gonna work on my reading aloud. And throughout the 1870s, the town remained the center of government and commerce, and the only town and principal settlement in Palo Pinto County. 1880, Palo Pinto was bypassed by the Texas and Pacific Railway. Although it suffered, the population remained above 400 and it retained several businesses. The county seat has remained in Palo Pinto, though it was surpassed as the largest city in the county by mineral wells many years ago. The current Palo Pinto County Courthouse, right here, located on US 180 at the center of town, was built in 1940. Population reached a high mark of 550 in 1947 before declining to around 400, a mark it has maintained fairly consistently ever since. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on here. You can see that the Bankhead Highway, this used to be the main part of the Bankhead Highway right here. So behind me, there was like several businesses. Everything's got like broken windows and stuff. Nothing's going on. There's like a few little things here and there. Maybe a bank over there that might be open sometime. That corrections department, community supervision and corrections department. So that's where all the convicts go over and say, hey, it's me. But like, probably back one of those was maybe a cool bar or something one time. There's one of them building right there, the 2-story one with the windows right there. It's got like stuff for maybe a hardware store and a place where you could get pharmaceuticals or whatever, Pond's cold cream. They had some of that in there, ancient. So anyway, this is Palo Pinto, and not a lot going on here, but one of my favorite roads to ride in Texas goes like right straight through here, which is 4, and you can pick it up south of Fort Worth on 35 and ride it like all the way to like Jacksboro. I think it goes like way up, but it's super windy and really fun. Careful, there's a couple of hairy corners, and when guys go through with their trucks and cattle and everything, they drag gravel all over the road. So there's a couple of I've found them. They're kind of hairy and scary. But anyways, so Palo Pinto, and then now we're going to go ride back down 180. We're going to find 16 South, and we're going to head through Metcalf Gap and then into Strawn. All right, so see you in a little bit. Ciao. Jail I was telling you about a little while ago. Look at this one right back here. Doesn't that look like fun? There's a little smaller one over to the left of it. Yeah, good times. So this is the little 2-story jail, and I think I said it was built in 1860. So this is it. A little back there. Jail entrance. Lots of fun times through that, I'm sure. But another cool Texas built building. You ain't getting out of that one. You're in there pretty well locked in. So that's it. That's that jail. And then what they have back here is like, you know, kind of a little community thing. They found a bunch of buildings and drug some stuff back here, and you know, they got a park next door. And then you can get your church on right there. There's the courthouse over there. There's a really amazing motorcycle right there. Let's see back here, they got just like, you know, little community stuff. But anyway, pretty crazy. That's where it's at, Palo Pinto. All right, gonna get back on the road now. Head towards Metcalf Gap and then Strawn. Ciao. Alright, so I'm in Strawn. I passed through Metcalf Gap and it's like there's no town or anything there, but there's a bunch of information, so I'll put that on there in the video before this. I'll do some creative editing. But right now I'm standing in front of the Bankhead Hotel and Apartments. It's kind of crazy. If you look in the left-hand side over there, there's like a bunch of Mazdas in there. Like, I bet you there's 20 hoods up against that left wall, which is really weird. You look in there. And then on this other side right here, there's a bunch of old cars and stuff and like beer cans piled up to your waist. Strawn. There's Mary's Cafe is like right over there. I think if you can see Mary's. It says like, welcome back everybody. Apparently you can get a chicken fried steak there bigger than your plate. Texas. Okay, so here's what we have as a lowdown for Strawn. Named after local rancher Stephen Strawn, prior to the arrival of the Texas Pacific Railroad in the early 1880s, community had been known as North Fork of Palo Pinto Creek. By 1891, the population was 400. Oil was discovered near Strawn as early as 1895, but not until the T&P Coal and Oil Company got interested in 1915 did any production begin. Before the end of 1915, Strawn had 20 wells producing. First natural gas well was drilled in 1924. Strawn Coal Mining Company was formed and merged with another coal mining company 3 miles north of Strawn. Between 1910 and 1920, over 1.6 million tons of coal were taken out of the depths of Palo Pinto County to power the locomotives of the T&P. Strawn incorporated in 1940 when it had a population of 1,107. Fell below 700 in 1980 and has slowly grown to the current population of 739, which I think most of them are at Mary's right now. So here's another one. Got a funky little downtown area, a lot of dilapidated buildings. Yes, it was a rather long day. Now back to Metcalf Gap, a pass through the Palo Pinto Mountains located in the western Cross Timbers region of northern Texas. Located roughly midway between the towns of Breckenridge and Mineral Wells, the pass lies at an elevation of about 1,200 feet and forms a distinct gap in the escarpment formed by the Palo Pinto Mountains, a 15-mile-long range of cuesta-type hills that runs southwest to northeast across southern Palo Pinto County. The designation of the Metcalf Gap route as part of the newly designated U.S. Route 80, a 2,671-mile transcontinental highway from Savannah, Georgia to San Diego, California, and the inclusion of the alternative route in the public notices and private advertisements that touted the new all-weather coast-to-coast highway to travelers nationwide, quickly turned a small detour through the western Cross Timbers region of northern Texas into a part of a growing national network of large, improved transcontinental and interstate routes. This sudden increase in visibility would only last until 1943, When increasingly bypassed in favor of the main route through Strawn and Cisco, the alternative route through Metcalf Gap was canceled, and that section of the road between Weatherford and Albany redesignated as part of U.S. Route 180, a new highway that would continue west from Albany to the Texas-New Mexico state line near Seminole before continuing west to El Paso in concurrence with U.S. Route 62. Thank you for listening. I'd like to end with a quote from Herman Melville. I know not all that may be coming, but be it what it will, I'll go to it laughing. Keep the rubber down, Viaggi Sicuri.